whatever. And the one thing is, I have to revert back to the thinking of nothing, not efforting, and all this stuff that has been ingrained from me from coming from that old mindset of the efforting, which is also part of culture. And everybody loves this idea of being entrepreneur and working for yourself and all of that. And honestly, without the help, not that I would lie, that saying's funny to me, just saying directly, I'm not afraid to say to anybody, is that unless somebody is helping me, like my very first place that did the marketing, they opened the place and whatever, if I found, like I do now, somebody helping me, I'm all for it. But this whole, like, even when I was in we were in our we had our three small rooms in our studio, it was still a small business, but if there's a broken chair, leg, or a lamp is out or whatever, and there were things that weren't appealing. Like, and perhaps that's also why I'm at to this point now in a place that will help me because paying for marketing and doing all these sorts of things to basically stay in business, and my business changed so much just from people moving out of town or whatever it was, changed. So, low points, looking at all of these sorts of things as temporary. So, to get you out of it, I just said, I didn't finish what I was saying. All these things that I've learned all these years, I don't, so I have some cool ass NLP. It's called anchoring technique for every time I go into these thoughts. Mine has always been like cancel, delete, stop, or love, and I don't always do them. So basically, I feel like, again, I am like a maniac with my negative thinking. As much as I know of what I know, I still revert back. And so, music is my number one. Writing used to be, but I think that music still tops it as the first go to, and my Brazilian music that I love so much makes me feel really happy, and then the community love and all of that. Okay, so just looking at the moments are temporary. You can choose to get out of those states of mind. Okay, 14 minutes, 8 seconds. I hope this helps you just at least feel like there are those of us who have been working on ourselves and going through this. And yes, I have learned to make it a lifestyle, but I still revert back. Maybe there are certain parts that I'll always revert back. I don't know. I just know that I've evolved in some ways in terms of I don't react the same, or maybe don't cry, or don't sit in that memory too long. And there's lots of things out there, people, to actually, hypnosis, you got to get to the subconscious. So, but it might not always involve having to pay somebody for, but some things can be very valuable. I'm breaking is it 15? Uh, there are a lot of things you can do on your own, listening to podcasts, listening to people like me, people who resonate, people who love you, people who want to help you, people who care. There are lots of things like that. I just want to remind you in the keeping going of life that we can do these sorts of things that are simple. It's just taking action, right? And it's a lot of redirecting. So, aside from the learning different techniques, music, writing, the basic things that praying, right? Praying and meditating, I pretty much feel like I've just done a lot of things. And me even just getting on here and trying to simplify, as you see, like maybe that's one way that would that would really help me, that I honestly need to just practice and develop more and talk about, like I said, like the efforting. Like the fact that I'm even designing something to talk about is because I want to be clear, is why I do it, and want to share with you just on a casual level, like, hey, this is me on a daily basis, ups and downs, and I'm sure I'm clearly not always in a good mood and have my resting bitch face on, which I've been told that before. So, let's go ahead and end right there. And maybe this provided some value. I don't know, but I hope that it always does, and just kind of giving some insight and support. And yeah, just keep going. Even when you get into all of this stuff, if you feel like this as well, it's like once you get on it, and I have made it fun, and it kind of can be addicting. You're like, you feel like you achieved and you accomplished something, and then the thing comes back and you're like, wait a minute, I thought I already dealt with that. That's fun too. This is the point where you just got to laugh at these things in life, people. It's either laugh or cry, but maybe cry in a good way, and just be glad that you're not still back where you were, and that is progress. And I'll take my own advice in terms of going easy on myself. Maybe I will. And then the next day will come and I'll revert back. This is why I say everybody's on their own journey, and we don't always share with other people what we're going through. They don't need to understand it. We don't need to understand each other's journeys. Just try to figure it out. Trust yourself. Trust the process. If you are addicted to listening or watching YouTube videos, or trying to find some sort of consolation or validation or support or something because universe, source, God is not showing you, let yourself go through the process. But if it's something that's negatively affecting you, taking up your time, whatever it is, taking up your time with you, your family, your significant, okay, you need to redirect and find yourself something else. This is why I'm telling you, people that talk therapy, I was going to talk about that too, that talk therapy isn't for everybody. And not only that, sometimes people actually are in pain when they talk. Like, they get physical symptoms in their body. They don't have the words for it. They don't have social skills. It's not just also always about fearing. And sometimes, again, that is not enough. That doesn't work for everybody. That's why there's all these different therapies out there that I can tell you about, that there's bound to be something to work for somebody. Okay, but you got to get into the subconscious is one of the first steps. Okay, so I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.